Hey everyone, this is FaZe and welcome to my channel. I swear, it feels like just yesterday the all-new iPhone 16 came out, and now there are already a lot of rumors about the iPhone 17. Now, before the iPhone 16 came out, rumors for the iPhone 17 already started popping up. In fact, I even did a video before the iPhone 16 came up. I stated that the iPhone 16 series is going to be a relatively small update from the iPhone 15, and that you should skip the iPhone 16 and go for the iPhone 17. And now, based on the current rumors that are going on, it does seem that way. So without any further ado, let's dig deep and look at the new leaks and rumors that are starting about the new iPhone 17. So let's begin. So one of the first rumors is that the iPhone 17 Pro models are rumored to have an aluminum frame. Now, this is a rumor that just doesn't make any sense to me because you see from the iPhone 10 all the way up to the iPhone 14 Pro, we saw a stainless steel design. And then with the iPhone 15, which was only a couple years ago, Apple said that they're introducing titanium for the first time ever because it's lighter, it's much more durable and scratch resistant. They went on and on about how titanium is great. And we saw it again with the iPhone 16. So it doesn't make sense for Apple to introduce an all new finish and then just kind of get rid of it within just a few years. And also aluminum has always been a material that Apple uses for their entry-level products. For example, with the entry-level Apple Watch and the entry-level iPhone. They're also saying that the back of the devices will supposedly have a new part aluminum, part glass design. That also doesn't make sense to me, but who knows, it might make more sense as we get closer to the launch. But right now, apparently it's gonna have an aluminum frame, and that doesn't make sense. Now, the second rumor is regarding the iPhone 17 Pro design, and a leak is claiming that it's going to have a rectangular camera bump and more. And that camera bump will also be made up of aluminum. There's this mock-up that was done by Mac Rumors that is kind of giving us a look and feel of how it might look like. Once again, we don't know if this is the actual design or not, but it's interesting that they're going for an all-new rectangular camera bump, very similar to the camera bump of the iPad Pro, because they no longer have a glass casing within it. It's now color matched with the aluminum of whichever iPad color you get. So maybe that's something that Apple might be doing as well. And going to the rear of the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, it'll feature a new part aluminum, part glass design. Apparently the top half of the back will be made of aluminum and will feature the rectangular camera bump that we just went over, while the bottom half will continue to be made of glass to support wireless charging. Now, the next rumor that's pretty much a given is that the new iPhone 17 Pro will have the A19 Pro chip, which will reportedly be manufactured with TSMC's newer third generation 3nm process. Like usual, we're probably going to expect better performance, and it'll be the fastest iPhone ever. Also, we are expected to see an Apple-designed Wi-Fi 7 chip. So this is something that's going to be very interesting to see Apple finally give us a Apple-designed wireless chip. Now, one feature that I'm really excited about, and I think all content creators specifically will be excited about this, is that the new iPhone 17 models, all four of them, are going to have a 24 megapixel front-facing camera. Currently, the iPhone 16 models have a 12 megapixel camera, and it's not bad, but obviously a 24 megapixel camera will give you better quality in every way. And a lot of people kind of like to use their iPhone screen as a viewfinder while they're filming content. And I think this will be really, really nice. So I'm glad that they're bumping it up. Even FaceTime calls and Zoom calls will look better than ever before. Next up, 12 gigs of RAM. And this is something that's going to be exclusively for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And you see with heavy multitasking and Apple Intelligence, the processing power is really being tested with these iPhones. And with that, it only makes sense that Apple boosts the memory and the RAM overall. And last, but certainly not the least, we're going to see a smaller dynamic island. Now, rumors are suggesting that we're only going to see this much narrow dynamic island on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And I wish that we could see this smaller dynamic island on the other iPhone models as well, but it's going to make the screen feel even larger. And the reason why I say that is because if you've used the iPhone 16, Apple has drastically narrowed down the borders so that you get a larger screen without getting a much larger device. However, the size of the dynamic island hasn't really changed much over the past few years. So I think this is the first time they are making dynamic island smaller, and I'm all up for it because the smaller that island becomes, the more screen you can see around it and the less obtrusive it feels. So I'm all for that as well. So in conclusion, these are 8 big features that are going to be coming to the all-new iPhone 17. I'm quite excited, and I've said this in my video before, that if you can hold off on purchasing the iPhone 16, and I think the iPhone 17 will be a great upgrade for you. And I'm really curious to know about that aluminum frame and that rectangular camera bump. When I first read about these rumors, it just didn't make sense to me. I feel like the camera bump on the iPhones have become so iconic over the past few years that it's almost going to be interesting for Apple to change that up. And based on the renders that are floating around on the internet, I really hope Apple doesn't go in this direction, because it almost gives me the Google Pixel vibe feel, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the look and feel of the Google Pixel is nice, but that's its own identity, and Apple has their own identity with the iPhone. But then again, who am I to say anything? Apple knows all about branding and identity, so whatever they're doing, whatever they're cooking, I'm sure it's going to be relatively nice. But at the end of the day, I'm sure there's going to be more rumors and leaks that are going to come out regarding the new iPhone 17. After all, it's just been a couple months since the new iPhone 16 came out. So stay tuned to my channel. I'll cover all rumors and leaks about the new iPhones, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time.